What's up, Weird Beards? This week we're going to learn about an unemployed cat, a tiny bathroom, and a cursed ring and J.R.R. Tolkien. Let's do this. The competitive world of Broadway theater is often described as being a dog-eat-dog world, but maybe it's time to start describing it as a cat gets fired, other cat asks for car service world. The new Broadway adaptation of Breakfast at Tiffany's is having lots of trouble with some of its stars. And no, they're not the human ones. The production calls for the story's main character, Holly Golightly, played by Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke, to spend time with a real-life cat. The cat's role mainly consists of exiting on cue, being passed around from actor to actor, and staying seated during a dinner scene, which is also what every Keanu Reeves role consists of. For one cat, though, that was asking too much. The production recently had to fire the show's feline understudy, Monty. Apparently, the black and white male was having trouble following stage directions. According to the New York Post, a source in the production says, "Poor Monty's been dismissed, and they're scrambling to have his headshot and bio replaced in the playbill." Poor Monty. Yeah, if they're so worried about poor Monty's well-being, they probably shouldn't have fired him. Monty's being replaced by Moo. So fingers crossed they can print those playbills off in time. And Moo is one lucky cat. First off, Moo is the understudy, so she's probably never going to have to do anything. Secondly, the cat's dressing room at the production is filled with freshly cut flowers and dozens of cans of cat food. Unfortunately for Moo, though, she's going to have to deal with the show's star, Vito Vincent. Vito is the orange cat that is already displaying some real diva tendencies. Vito Vincent and his owner have demanded that he get a nightly private car and driver. Hold on a second, Vito already has a dressing room with all-he-can-eat food, and he's still making more demands? He should stop being such a rum-tum tugger. That Vito Vincent is a curious cat. You know, this whole cat dilemma just goes to show why famous old-timey movie star and alcoholic, W.C. Fields, had that famous quote, "Never work with children or animals." And if anyone knows how true that is, it's Emilia Clarke. This isn't the first time she's had trouble acting with animals.
Roar, I'm a dragon, roar.
Okay, cut. The dragons are being terrible again. Ian, will you talk to them? Oh man, Ian's on fire again? Somebody get Vito Vincent on the line. We need someone who can act.
Bad news, guys. The bathrooms on planes are getting smaller. Also, they can add 4 extra economy seats. More people and less room? Flying is the best! BE Aerospace, an airplane cabin manufacturer, has designed new lavatories on the Boeing 737. Delta Airlines will be the first airline to implement the new bathroom design, which shrinks the normal 3-foot by 3-foot economy class restroom to add 4 extra seats to the economy cabin. Remember the good old days of air travel when men wore suits and had more than 36 inches of room to pee? Delta claims that the smaller lavatory size will be unnoticeable to passengers and that the room actually comes from space behind the sink, which is hopefully true, but just in case, Wesley Snipes has been practicing karate moves in smaller and smaller spaces. Always bet on black, unless the other option is the IRS. The smaller water closets will debut later this year, but only in economy class, and are just another reason why being poor sucks. The first-class restrooms will still be the normal size, including couches, bidets, and old-timey bathroom attendants. Industry experts predict that this will lead to other airlines looking for cost-cutting measures in their own designs. So watch out, Kevin Smith. You might end up being kicked off an airplane for not buying 2 bathrooms someday. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking the train from now on. I hear their bathrooms are 4 feet by 4 feet. The lap of luxury.
A new exhibit at the Vine in Hampshire, England claims to display the real-life cursed ring that inspired J.R.R Tolkien's classic Lord of the Rings saga. The gold ring was discovered by a farmer plowing his field in the 18th century near Silchester, Hampshire, and is believed to belong to a 4th century Roman named Silvianus. It is inscribed with the words, "Senesianus, live well in God." But wait, if Silvianus owned the ring, why is it inscribed to a guy named Senesianus? And what does all this have to do with J.R.R Tolkien? Is this going to take 3 episodes of Broken News Daily to answer all my questions? No, only Peter Jackson needs 3 episodes to tell a simple story. In the early 19th century, a Roman tablet was found about 80 miles away at the Temple of Nodens that said, "To the god Nodens, Silvianus has lost a ring. Among those who bear the name of Sinicianus, to none grant health until he bring back the ring to the Temple of Nodens." And because people in the past were stupid from all the wars and diseases and illiteracy they were fighting, it took until 1929 to figure out that the two items were connected. Archaeologist Sir Mortimer Wheeler realized that the tablet was written to the god Nodens from Silvianus to curse Sinicianus because Sinicianus had stolen Silvianus's ring and inscribed his name in it because Sinicianus was clearly a jerk, and in the 4th century, if you wrote your name on something, it was yours until someone stabbed you with a sword. Back in the 20s, this is where J.R.R. Tolkien steps in. You can breathe again, nerds. Not you, Robert Plant. I was talking to the other Tolkien nerds. You're the good one. Sir Mortimer Wheeler asked Tolkien, an Anglo-Saxon professor at Oxford, to investigate the etymology of the name Nodens. Within the year, Tolkien would begin writing The Hobbit, a story about a cursed ring. Coincidence? We think maybe? We're not sure if it is the direct influence of The Hobbit, seeing as cursed rings have been a trope forever, from Wagner's Ring Cycle to the many marriages of Tom Cruise. One thing I would like to point out, though, the real hero in this story is clearly Sir Mortimer Wheeler. He was the only one who cared about Silvianus' stolen ring. I mean, Nodens certainly didn't. Screw you, Nodens! Long live Sir Mortimer Wheeler! 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 Frodo! Frodo! Frodo!
That's it for this week. Try not to get too weird this weekend.